Okay, I'm going to be a little informal about this video, but I just wanted to show what the progress is we're making with the HRD Alert feature, which we're hoping to have that out before Christmas. It's in alpha now. I'm going to show you the alpha version, and we certainly have some things to work on, but I want you to see how it's working. Right now I'm showing the regular logbook screen, and you can see I've got the DX cluster up now. And someone told me the other day that they didn't really know what these symbols mean. So I'm going to just explain that briefly, because when we get to the HRD Alert feature, knowing what these symbols mean is really important. You'll notice that the symbols that have a value of a green check mark, a yellow yield sign, or a red X. So if you forget for the moment that it's a symbol, and think of each one of those places as a cell, the cell has a color that is red, green, and yellow. And red means that you have not worked it. So you can see over here for the prefixes, I'm showing some prefixes that I've not worked. Here's a grid that just came in that's CN85 that shows that I've worked that grid, but I've not confirmed it. That's why it's yellow. And then for all the other items in my screen here, they're green because I've worked them and I've confirmed them. So the theory is you keep working them until you've confirmed them. So if I look over here in my DXCC awards, you can see that, you know, I've pretty much confirmed everything that I've got, all except for I've got 95 right here that I need to confirm. But that's why I'm not seeing a lot of color over here on the far left hand side, because this is the country or the ATNO cell, band mode, and these are the ones that go with DXCC. So that's why most of these are green. Now I could hide them and make sure I only see the ones that I need, but I just logged onto the cluster and there's nothing on that I need right now, so it's not going to show me any needed countries. But I can see needed prefixes, I can see needed grids. If there were needed zones here, I would see those as well. So understanding that each one of these is red, green, or yellow, and it depicts whether you've not worked them, you've worked and confirmed them, or you have worked but not confirmed them. Red, green, and yellow. All right, so with that, I'm going to talk about the HRD Alert feature. And I would get there by clicking on View HRD Alert Display, and that's going to bring up something that looks almost identically the same. And in fact, when I showed this to one of the beta testers, they said, how is this different from the DX cluster? And the difference is that the DX cluster gets its data from the DX cluster network. The HRD Alert feature will get its data from WSJT-X, JTDX, your FT8, FT4 programs. So I'm going to flip screens and show you how that works. Okay, on my second screen over here, you can see that I've got HRD rig control running. I happen to be using JTDX. You could use WSJT-X or other programs that are compatible. And I'm going to go ahead and set the audio to start coming in here. So when I do, you'll see that the radio is starting to send audio to the program. And as it does, you'll see, and I've got the speaker turned on, you'll see that it's starting to hear some stations and starting to decode some. So with that, let me flip back over into HRD Alert and show you what that looks like. So whenever there's a new decode cycle, the program will go and take those decodes and look in your log and figure out whether or not you need that country or that state. And you'll notice even county is over here. So I'm going to widen this a little bit. So we've even been able to bring the county data in there. So with each decode, and you can see we've got some work to do, and like I said, this is alpha, and we've largely got this stuff resolved, and I'm waiting for the next build to come. But you can see that Each time a bundle of decodes come along, it will decode them, put them up in the screen, find out from your log whether or not you need that country, that on that band or mode. It's showing you that the mode here is FT8. You'll be able to filter that. You'll be able to filter it to show you only the CQs or to only show you the responses. The audible alerts come up. So if I had one and I set some audible alerts, that'll show up here once a call comes in for one of those. You can see that you got state. So I need, this is, by the way, it's also showing states for other countries. So it's not US country centric as far as states concerned. So there must be a state in Croatia that is HR, like this one here. If you have Canadian provinces or Spanish states and so on, those will show up in that list. But you can see, there's some things here that we're working on, but I wanted to show you guys the update and how it's going to work. It does look a lot like the DX cluster. That's the whole intention. If you are familiar with how the work status indicators, which is what these symbols are, if you're familiar with the red, green, yellow status of these, then you'll be familiar with what's going on in here. You can have audible alerts or text messages go to you to tell you that a new country or whatever state is on the air, and you can go and work them. So that's what I wanted to demonstrate here, and with that we're going to wrap it up. But I'm really excited. Hopefully we'll get this finished up and out to the public by Christmas time. Thanks, in 73.